Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? So I was talking to the homie, man, the other day, and we were just talking about, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, and whether or not what should be next for Errol Spence. Does he take the rematch? We were just going in depth about the fight in general and talking about next steps for both guys. And, the brother asked me, do I think Errol Spence takes the rematch? Now, I've talked about, and us on this channel, we've discussed whether or not Errol Spence should take the rematch, whether or not he can win in a rematch. We really talked about all that as far as next steps and, options for Errol Spence going forward, as we have done for Terence Crawford as well. And if you see in the title, like I told my boy, I said, after considering everything, I think the rematch with Terence Crawford is the only logical thing. It's really the only option for Errol Spence. Let me tell you why. Now, Errol Spence is inevitably moving up to 154. Terence Crawford, he's currently the undisputed champion at 47. I think he would prefer to fight at 54 now, given that he's grown so much throughout the weight classes that he's been in. His frame is filled out. I think he's comfortable at age 36 fighting at 54 now. He mentioned that it was kind of tough for him to make the weight this time around. As of course we know, it's super tough for Errol Spence. He's been at 47 his whole career. So, but Terence Crawford still has an opportunity to fight at 47 as he's the champion. Errol Spence, he gonna be at 54. Ain't no more 147. So with that being in mind, he wants to be a champion at 154. Errol Spence is not one of those guys that just want to fight any old person. You know what I'm saying? He wants to fight the best, and he wants to fight for championships. He wants to prove himself to the people. That's just the type of guy and the type of fighter that Errol Spence has always been. Which is why when people said after the car accident, "You fighting Danny? Nah, you need a light touch." Nah, that's my tune up. After the eye injury, you fighting Yordenis Ugas, who just beat Manny Pacquiao? Nah, you need a lighter touch. That is my tune up. Unification match. You finna fight Terence Crawford? You ain't had no tune up. You see, Terence Crawford went and fought David Avanesian. You ain't had no in-between fight, no tune up. You on a long layoff? No, I want Terence Crawford. This just the type of guy that Errol the True Spence Jr. is, right? You see, even in defeat, the man showed respect, class. You know what I'm saying? Big nuts. Walked out there, did the post-fight press conference, no shades on. Face busted up, no shades on. Walking out with a smile on his face. Head held high. You feel me? Bruh, it ain't too many motherfuckers cut like that. That's just the type of guy Errol Spence is. In a win, in defeat, motherfuckers stand on 10 toes really by this shit. So, this ain't the type of guy that's gonna try to go up to 154 and just exist. No. He's gonna wanna fight for championships. He's gonna wanna fight to prove that he's the best fighter at 54. Go look at his bio on Instagram. Yeah, he done already updated his record to 28-1. And he updated the weight class that he fight at, 154. Man, dude, moving forward as a 154-pound fighter. I say all that to say this. Terence Crawford, I believe, would prefer to fight at 54. And the rematch, of course, if Errol Spence triggers that, is going to be at 154 pounds. So, what's the options for Errol Spence? You go to 54. You want to be a champion. Jermell Charlo still, as I make this video, holds all the titles at 54. Now we know after September 30th, he's gonna be stripped of that WBO belt. I believe Tim Kazoo is gonna be elevated. Either he gonna be elevated or they gonna put him at like some type of interim champ where he gets to fight for it. But I think he gonna be elevated straight to the champ just because he's supposed to had an opportunity to fight Jermell for as a mandatory, and Jermell been doing bigger and better shit, basically. You know, of course he had to lay off and then got an opportunity to go fight Canelo for Undisputed at 168. Being a dog that he is, he like, fuck a Tim Kazoo. Because, I mean, y'all really think Tim Kazoo fucking with Jermell Charlo? Let's be real, bro. Let's be real, bro. I know a lot of y'all don't like Jermell Charlo, but Jermell Charlo puts Tim Tszyu to sleep. So that man say, I'm going to fight Canelo for higher stakes, higher challenge, higher risk, higher reward. All right. But going back to my point, Jermell Charlo holds all the titles right now at 54. Errol Spence not finna fight Jermell, even though he said he would in the past. Number one, me personally, I don't like that fight for Errol Spence. I never liked that fight for Errol Spence. And then they got the same trainer. I know Jermell also has Juan Guzman with him. I just don't see that fight happening. He could fight Tim Tszyu. But the thing with that is, if Errol Spence goes to the Tim Tszyu route and he doesn't take the rematch, I think Terence Crawford would have more claim to a challenge to Tim Tszyu for the WBO title before Errol Spence would, because he's undisputed at 147. And he was previously held the WBO championship at 147 for years. So if Errol Spence don't take the rematch, which he's contractually that he has a contractual right to rematch Terence Crawford. That's his only leverage to ever get in the ring with Terence Crawford again. So if he go another route, I think Terence Crawford can jump over Errol Spence and go fight Tim Tszyu. You feel me? What that leave Errol Spence with? No championship opportunity. All right. Again, he want to fight the best guys. Bet. So Terence Crawford, if Errol Spence move up to 54 and Terence Crawford move up to 54, I'm giving you all the reasons why he need to fight Terence Crawford next, why that's really the only option. He move up to 54 and Terence Crawford move up to 54. What you think? You just gonna be sitting in the same weight class with a dude who got a spectacular victory over you, and you want to be a world champion in that weight class, and this guy is most likely gonna have first dibs on any championship opportunity when if Jermell come back down and defend his titles, Terence Crawford is gonna be the fight that Jermell gonna make. If Terence Crawford want to fight Tim Tszyu, he gonna have first dibs on that. So literally, there's no way around Errol Spence fighting Terence Crawford. If you gonna move to 54, you gonna have to see Terence Crawford again. But this the thing though. Terence Crawford, from his perspective, why would you fight Errol Spence again if he don't take the contractual rematch? If I'm Terence Crawford, I'm like, I already showed that I was the better fighter. Why would I fight him again? People ain't gonna really want to pay for it like that because they see, you know, if they do the contractual rematch because it's still fresh on people's mind, I think they still can get motherfuckers to pay for it and come see it. But if they later on down the line after the contract has expired and all that shit, if Errol Spence then try to fight him, Terence Crawford fuck around and be gone by then. He already 36. And then on top of that, it's like Terence Crawford gonna have so many other options. It's like, why would he already talking about going to 168 and fighting Canelo, the winner of Canelo and Charlo. So why would he even entertain fighting Errol Spence? Errol Spence only leverage to ever get in the ring with Terence Crawford again is this rematch clause. So think about it. Let me run through all this again. He move up. He want to fight for a title or the best guys available. It ain't gonna be Jermell Charlo. That's unlikely. It ain't gonna be Tim Tszyu because that right there means that he decided not to fight Terence Crawford. What you think Terence Crawford gonna do? He gonna say, hell no. Let me go get that Tim Tszyu belt. Let me go get that WBO belt off Tim Tszyu. I got first dibs. So that way when Jermell come back down, he can go for 3-time undisputed at 54, or he'll have the option to go and fight Canelo Alvarez to be 3-time undisputed if Canelo win. Or if Jermell Charlo win, he can go straight to 168. Now, depending on the result of that fight, that's going to give us an idea of what Terence Crawford might have an inclination to do. But so, and then you look at the fact that the type of guy that Errol Spence is, I can't see him just existing at 154, just being like some guy just fighting for no titles. You know what I'm saying? He gonna want to fight for titles. The only motherfuckers that's gonna have titles is gonna be Jermell Charlo and Terence Crawford, depending on how that shit go. The point I'm making is that he gonna have to see Terence Crawford, and why not take that fight right now while you got the leverage with a rematch clause? Because if you let that shit pass, Terence Crawford ain't gonna really have no reason to fight you. You feel what I'm saying? And the type of guy that Errol Spence strike me as, no matter how bad the loss was, that man gonna want to go get his bike back. He gonna wanna, you know what I'm saying? See shit. See if he can go make something happen. See if he can make something shake. See if he feel different at 154. See if it was a fluke. Errol Spence, that type of motherfucker, man. The dude messed up in the head, bro. Like, he gonna want to get in there again and see what the fuck is really real. He need more than just one time for you to show him. That's the type of guy he is, bro. That's why the Terence Crawford rematch is the only logical choice for Errol Spence. Ain't no other options. No more 147. At 154, if you want to be a champion, he going to have to fight Terence Crawford. And his only leverage to get that opportunity, even without Terence Crawford being a champion at 54, the only leverage that he going to have to fight Terence is right now. Because if he let this opportunity pass, 9 times out of 10, he not going to get a chance to fight Terence Crawford. Even if Terence Crawford become a champion, ain't no way Errol Spence going to really align himself to fight Terence Crawford again. But how does it look being in the same division with a guy who got that type of victory over you, and you had a chance to fight him, and then now you ain't got no chance to fight him? That shit gonna eat Errol Spence up. I think he gonna understand that the only option, as they weighing their options right now and seeing like what can they really do, what can they really make shape, they gonna think about it. Plus, if you do the rematch right now, it's still profitable. They gonna understand, bro. The only thing right now that makes sense is fighting Terence Crawford again. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. I feel like I'm spot on with this shit. Maybe y'all got a different idea. I know a lot of y'all saying y'all don't want to see the rematch. You know what I'm saying? But I think shit, Earl feeling like how Deontay Wilder felt with Tyson Fury, like shit, motherfucker whooped my ass, but shit, as a man, I gotta go see what that's about again. I gotta go see what that's about again. Now, even though Deontay Wilder lost in the trilogy, he still put up a way better fight. And he dropped Fury, you feel me? Like, put hands on him. He hurt him every fight. But in the trilogy, though, that's one of the greatest heavyweight fights we done seen in recent times. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender Regime Boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.